so yeah, let me update people that were live. 17 out of 30. Counters company. Right. Right, this should do it. Right. Okay. Right. So let me just set up the list so that it looks like something we can discuss. Okay, so we can probably put these here, and Walking Ballista Walking Ballista here is actually okay. We can also put Rona. We can also put, yeah, we can put the one-os here. That makes sense. Just here. Wow. Zach plays for 1 Noble Hierarch and 4 birds. Wow. I guess you really... I was going to say you really need the black mana, but... I guess if you're playing Distant Mindbender, that would explain it. Noble Hierarch is super powerful, though. So it's a bit weird. Like, I took this list because it was, like, the one that... Like, the Grand Prix Madrid winner played. But, yeah, it's a bit weird to have 1 Hierarch and 4 birds. Like, that was a very conscious decision. Let me actually put some music quickly. Okay. There we go. Right. So, what is this deck about? What is it trying to accomplish? Basically, there's 2 decks in this. The first one is this is a creature combo deck. So, there's like kind of 2 main combos. But they all revolve around Vizier Remedies. So both combos require Vizier Remedies. We'll do it here, and then you combine Vizier with one of these 2. So Vizier with Viscera Seer and Kitchen Finks, because you put that many counters on a creature -1 for -1 counters. So Kitchen Finks comes back. It doesn't get its counter. So because it doesn't get its counter, you basically get to do this again and again and again and again. So you get to gain infinite life, or an arbitrarily large amount of life. Online, it's worth noting that this isn't the case because I have to do all the clicks. So this is the less preferred combo if you're playing the deck online. But in real life, you could just go like, okay, I'm at 1 billion life. I actually recommend saying you're at a 100 Googleplex of life. Since I believe that's a 1 followed by 100 zeros, the power of a 1 followed by 100 zeros. You're basically not losing the game from that point. If you can describe what the number does. Then, yeah, so while this isn't the combo we prefer online, it's basically game over for a lot of decks that like try to win for damage. You also get to scry your deck, so you get to stack your deck to where you want it. The old versions played a madcap experiment, what's it called? There's a, I can't remember the exact name. I'm pretty sure it was madcap something, but I might be wrong. There was like, okay, I'm wrong. Let's see if we can. I'll try to get it. It's got persist. It's not madcap then. It's there we go. Murderous redcap. So the deck used one of the previous versions before the voted druid played Murderous Redcap to basically stack your have 1. So you stack your deck until with infinite life. You get to stack your deck in the way where you can cut it where you want rather than like entirely stack it. And then you get a Murderous Redcap, and then that kills your opponent rather than giving you infinite life. Right. That said, this is basically like one way to win against some decks, but the way that the deck classically wins, I would guess, especially online, is Devoted Druid and Vizier. So you might have seen this with the Elves video. So basically, you can pay the cost because this doesn't prevent -1/-1 counters, but then it doesn't place 1. So you basically make infinite green mana. And then you want to combine infinite green mana with either Dustwatch Recruiter or Walking Ballista or Ronas. So Dustwatch Recruiter basically allows you to get any creature, and like you look at the top freeze, you get to do this again and again until you get there. So this is basically like basically wins you the game. Walking Ballista wins you the game as well. You go for X equals 20 or whatever you need to. And then Ronas also allows you to win the game since Devoted Druid has to have been there. So now you get to like infinitely pump it. And you also play Collected Company and Court of Calling. So if you don't have one of these free, or I guess 4 copies here, you can easily have infinite green mana and use a Court of Calling to get there. The reason you're playing Ronas is because you want a target that you can Court of Calling. Although you could technically get a Dustwatch Recruiter, I would guess. Yeah, and then you can also collect. You can also collect a company into one. You can't do this into the Ballista, so Ballista is really just the combo kill piece. Yeah, so that's basically how the deck works. It plays less mana accelerants than this type of deck normally plays in terms of the 1-drops. Like normally this type of deck plays 7 1-mana accelerants, and then only privilege Noble Hierarchs, I believe. But because you really need to get the company. But because you're playing like 4 Devoted Druids for your combo anyways, like you need to cut on some number of the accelerants. Right. And then the second part of this deck, which is one that many people forget, is that it's just a mid-range value deck. So Collected Company like basically allows you to grind your opponent out because you get 2 creature. Kitchen Finks does the same. Scavenge Use is really strong. Eternal Witness off company allows you to like keep it going. So you're not just a combo deck, you're also like this grindy creature based deck that just buys more and more and more time. That's why Tide Hollow's Color is there, both to make your combo happen so you can see what's going on in your opponent's hand, as well as just being a 2/2 body. The mana base is relatively self-explanatory. The key card is Gavin, that you may not think about as much, is Gavany Township, because essentially Township allows you to like Township in this deck is great because it works really well with the mid-range plan, and it lets you reset the Kitchen Finks. So like if you have Kitchen Finks as a 2/1, you can just Township it back. Right. So that's like the main deck. The sideboard has so this is like so it has free paths, which I think are mandatory in this type of deck. And then you have a bunch of value creatures. You also have a Maelstrom Pulse, I guess, is like just a general catch-all. Then you have a bunch of value creatures, so Kataki's Word Wage, Kazali Pride. So we have no answers to enchantments or artifacts main deck to kind of streamline the combo. The idea being that like Walking Ballista will usually do the job. And then we have Free Voice of Resurgence against value matchups, obviously against Anger style decks, against Storm. So like you can tutor all these one-ofs so that they're quite powerful. So apparently the list has a Selfless Spirit, but this deck doesn't. I might have uploaded the wrong list. One second. Yeah, I've uploaded the wrong list. This is actually awkward. Okay. This is like an older list. I'm just trying to figure out. Right, so the list you see on the side isn't matching. I should have double checked that. I actually like. Which list do I prefer? That's the question. This one, the one on the side plays Tireless Tracker. We're gonna play this list for now. I'm just gonna change the deck list so it matches. It turned out I had like 2 of this deck saved, so it clearly did not work out. So that's okay. We'll play this version. It's totally fine. We're not interested necessarily in like the most precise version, like the absolute best version of the deck. We're like first in how it plays out. Then we can figure out what worked, what didn't, and which one would work better. So this is probably a list that either 5-0'd or won an SCG, did well in an SCG tournament. Those are the major options. So yeah, I'll just do the list. I'm so sorry about that. Normally this doesn't happen, so But yeah, I think it's like if you were like you could rewatch the video later on demand and like figure out which list you would prefer. One list played more like was more combo focused main deck and then played disruption in the board, and the other list just played main deck disruption. Right. There are a few cards you could add that like neither list has. Like people like it's a bit awkward because you have collected company. So like a card like Linvala that would be great with Court isn't that great with collected company. But yeah, there are a few other cards you could play. Like there's no Fairground Warden in this list, and you could totally play that to kind of have a main deck answer to like to have a post board answer to creatures. The sideboard, the most interesting part I think are these Distended Mindbenders, which we'll give those a shot. They look pretty interesting. They're not stock by any means, but they look interesting. Okay, so we're going to update the list. Yeah, so the version, this list does not run a Selfless Spirit. It runs a Tide Hollow Scholar and like the Tide Hollow Scholars instead. You could run, I think you could run a Selfless Spirit over a Tide Hollow Scholar, but we'll run it like this. I was really impressed with Tide Hollow Scholar yesterday, and I gave you game against Tron decks. Selfless Spirit is also good there, of course. Right, let's just run this real league. I just need the list to be correct, because like when I'm searching with Cord or Covers Company submit. Because when I'm searching with Cord, I need to like know exactly what I can get. Yeah. Again, apologies for kind of screwing up the list. Especially, but more for people that are watching on YouTube than live now, because I think for people that's live, it's fine. Okay, so let's play. Well, I guess we mulligan this. This is fine. If we want to keep the top card, we're gonna go Horizon Canopy Bird. Part of mulligan too, because like. Yeah, so Witness is really powerful because we're mana heavy but short carded, so we'll keep Witness on top because Vizier is not really that great a card in the interim, so we'll just play this bird. Yeah, playing the Vizier out will kind of tell what our opponent what we're on, but we might do it. Okay, with Scalding Tarn it becomes more interesting. Because they're going Scalding Tarn. Did they keep their top card? No, they bottomed it. Okay. I'm kind of a fan of just firing off this Vizier here, and then we're gonna get a green-black land most likely. Let's play. If we're getting a green-black land, then we want Heath to get a basic Plains potentially. We might want to stack the Horizon Canopy later, and this bird might die, so just need to be cautious. Scalding Tarn to me said like it's possible that they are out of Bolt deck. They just don't have Bolt. It'd be really weird though to. Okay, so basic island kind of tells me I might want to get a basic land, especially Sulphur Falls. Okay, so they could be on Storm. So I'm just gonna draw the card here and just see what it is. Right, so we're not gonna collect the company right away. We're gonna keep these fetch lands so that we can kind of decide what we want to do. I'm probably gonna get a basic forest at least. A basic forest like helps us get out of any mana lock situations. So okay, so they didn't do anything. Let me skip this. Right, so they could remand our company here. They don't. These decks don't normally run hard counters outside of Cryptic. So I like the company here, and then like Witnessing on our turn. Let's get. Well, both of these could get forests. We already have a white source, so I don't think we have much. We have some black in our deck, but it's only for Visitors here, I think. We almost don't use. We use almost no black main deck, like in our main deck. Only Visitors here and Tide Haulers. So I'm gonna get the basic plains in case we have Kitchen Finks and a forest. This does mean no black mana, but we only have Tidal Hollow and Viscerous here, and we could easily draw into more black mana later. Yeah, because like the double Sulfur Falls no action usually is a Blood Moon deck. They don't normally have Mana Leak, which is why I'm running out this company, and we have Witness to get this back if needed. They normally have Remand. Supremo. Okay, we're playing against something super random. I have no idea what this is. I do want to know, but I think Eternal Witness here is way more important. I think witnessing back company is more important. Yes. I mean, if we're playing against something like this, they might have Electrolyze. Electrolyze kind of crushes us kind of regardless of what we do. But it would have probably... Actually, with the mana we had, they probably wouldn't have Electrolyzed. We didn't draw a land, so yeah. You are Breach because of Supremo? Yeah, that's the most likely. Because it's blue-red Breach, I'm guessing Tidal Scholar is a card we want to wait for. So they topped a card. That's not really a good sign. What is this? Blood Moon? No, Electrolyze. Yeah, the Electrolyze I talked about. Well, our opponent's tapped out. So... The question is, do we want to collect the company now and hope to hit a Tide Hollow Scholar? Because I think playing Tide Hollow Scholar on its own is too weak. And I definitely want to play company, so yeah, I think we're hoping for a Tide Hollow Scholar, but like we might die next turn. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate, sadly. I think it was correct. Like, we still have free Tide Hollow Scholars in a deck, but we have to advance. They still have to have the combo. Yeah, so we can get E-Witness and... Let's see, E-Witness is... I think E-Witness for sure. I could get Devoted Druid, I guess. Right into the combo. Right, so E-Witness back company. Like, I could have gotten Bird and, like, survived the hit from Emrakul, but we're not winning a game where I'm down to free cards in hand, and... Actually, I say that. Maybe that was the line. Maybe my line was, get back Bird and get back a land with this E-Witness, rather than company. And then I have, like, these two, and a land. But I think I'd kind of just die later. Maybe, I think that's, like, too risky. Like, I mean, okay, so they go Lightning Bolts. That's fine. That's not, like, a disaster. Right, so... Our opponent goes Snapcaster Bolt, I'm totally fine with that. So, we're gonna attack. I'm gonna attack first to get that info. Chances are they have one piece, but not both, since they only topped one card with Serum Visions, and they definitely would have gone for it here. Our opponent... I'm gonna just pay 2 life here to play this Tide Hollow Scholar. Right. And then we can... Then I'll think about it. If my opponent counters this, I'm going to Eternal Witness the Tide Hollow Scholar back. So you can kind of like see how this deck works out. It's just like this value game, right? So opponent's gonna Cryptic Command it and draw a card. Okay. Now we can Eternal Witness it back. Right. We did run into the Cryptic, I guess, but I guess I could have passed there, actually. Passing was probably better than running into Cryptic Command, because it draws our opponent a card, too. Okay, that's fine. Well, it's not, but there's not much I can do. Opponent plays 2 Electrolysis, jeez. I like that. I like that a lot. They are at 7. They know we have Tide Hollow. I guess we attack here. They know we have company, they know we have Tide Hollow. So, I'm kind of tempted to just pass the turn here. Since our opponent, like, played the mana, and they don't have... I mean, they could Snapcaster Bolt, but that's fine. We can respond with company. If they don't have the... We're probably... This is actually kind of a tough turn, too. Because, like, I don't want to run into Snapcaster Cryptic. So, I might do nothing again. I could sack this Horizon Canopy. But we do want to do Tide Hollow Collected. It's actually kind of a tough turn. I think we're fine to draw. Okay, Noble is interesting. Noble's kind of nice. Actually, 1 second. They could have Snapcaster Mage. But if they go Snapcaster, we can collect the company. I think it's fine to just attack for 2 here. Our opponent's probably going to then have to... They can't Snapcaster Electrolyze, is my guess. Because they know we have a company. Alright, so our opponent's at free. We're going to just, like, let this happen. And then we're going to, like, force a lot of stuff to happen next turn. And Dealing Clique. That's awkward. Since that, They probably have Remand, so... I don't know how much I want to jam this Collected Company. We could draw into a Chord as well, so I'm going to let them, like, take the card here. I'm going to let them take the card because they most likely have the counterspell. And we could draw into Chord, and we can still Chord in response to the Through the Breach and Tide Hollow Scholar them. There we go, exactly. Like, we could have also drawn a company, like... I think we're playing to our outs by doing that, because if I run the Collected Company to my opponent's Remand, like, I have no outs. So this seems much more powerful. Right. So now our opponent's gonna opt. They're gonna hit their Emrakul eventually. Like, they might have 2 Emrakuls, but whatever. Like, if they have 2 Emrakuls, they have 2 Emrakuls. Right, so we take free. We might die as well to damage, because we've taken a ton from this Horizon Canopy. We also die if our opponent has another Bolt in hand here, which is awkward, but I don't really want to court for 1. Courting for 1 seems way too weak. We're gonna court for... We're gonna go away. If my opponent has Bolt plus Snap, then they have Bolt plus Snap. Remand? Right, okay, cool. Right, there's the Remand we knew about. And now we have to think what we want to do. I kind of like Tide Hollow Scholar here first, and then Noble Hire can maybe do something nice. Right, Spell Snare. Spell Snare is really frustrating. Yeah, that's actually really, really frustrating. Because now we die to Snap. Well, we can force the Snapcaster Mage at least. Yeah. Well, that was actually really bad for me. Okay, now we can play Noble Hierarch. And it at least forces my opponent to run out their Snap and block. So that's not so bad. They could kill us with damage. We took a ton of damage off this Horizon Canopy. Right, so Snapcaster Mage. There's no... We could technically court for 0, but yeah. Yeah, so they Snapcaster Mage. At least we don't die this way. We just have to hope our opponent has, like, 2 Emrakuls or something in hand. Yeah, if they had... They kind of had it all. Let's see. They already played 2 Electrolyze, so a third is unlikely. So I'm just gonna play this Vizier out, because I'd rather, like, Fred and Lethal. Especially with Dealing Clique. Like, if I can make my opponent not attack with Clique, that's also pretty good. Chances are they are going to, though. So we're gonna, like... We're basically dead to... Well, anything. At this point, they don't even need to... Yeah. Do they have it? Okay, they had a second Snap. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we took a ton of damage off our... But they would have like, if we were at more life, they would have electrolyzed. If we were more life, they would have electrolyzed. That wouldn't have been good either. Right, so they're on Through the Breach, so they... I don't know how much they want to keep Blood Moon. Voice is definitely incredible. Mindbender is also really good. Because if you get an Emrakul with this, you can also shuffle their graveyard, which is really useful. They sometimes play Blood Moon, so Pride Mage is okay. I don't like Pulse. Sin Collector's good. Forge Tender's okay. I don't want the rest. Right, okay. Against them, we want to be more value game and less combo. So I'm going to board out all but one Vizier. And I'm going to board out one Devoted Druid at least. Because we're less about the combo, we're more about the value. The mana creatures are awkward into Electrolyze. Rodas is okay, especially with Mindbender. Yeah, the fact that it's a cast trigger is actually really powerful. Walking Ballista kills like snaps and stuff, so it's not actually a bad value creature. If we're less about the combo, Recruiter is still a good value creature. Actually, I think like pulling off the combo against them is like insanely unlikely. They have like Lightning Bolt, Spell Snares, and stuff, so I'm gonna just board it out all the pieces of it. I could keep in one Vizier for the Vistra Seer Vizier Finks aspect. But the problem is, like, I can't really gain infinite life online, so I probably would do that in IRL, but online it seems really risky to do that. So yeah, we lose all the Devoted Druids. In that case, wait. Devoted Druid might be better than Vistra Seer on its own. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. Okay, so we don't want the pass, the Viziers are out. I think this is fine. If they Blood Moon us, then we just have to be careful for Blood Moon, that's all. This hand's super awkward, because like they're on a, I know they're on a Bolt deck, and it only has one actual land. It's a very good value hand if they like don't bolt both birds. Like, because we can witness a land. I'm gonna keep because we can witness a land. Like if one of the birds survives. We're gonna start with. It's a lot harder post board because like you have more variety. I'm probably gonna start with Overgrown Tomb because we have Mindbender in our deck. Even though we have Pride Mage in our hands. Right, and next turn, I want to eat Witness the land, if I can. I think we have more than enough value. We just need to... Okay, Island is great. Island is absolutely fantastic news. This is even better news. Right, so... This can get the basic plains, and then, or the basic forest. I think getting the basic forest is probably better at this point. And then we can get back to Windswept Heath. Right, so... Then we get back Windswept Heath. This also allows us to play a little more around Anger of the Gods. It's not so bad. Right, and the next turn we can get Basic Plains. If we get this then in Mindbender, then it's actually total unreal. Because like we would be able to Mindbender our opponent on turn 3. They might have Remand. Yeah, but that's okay. Then they draw a card. And... Oh, it's on cast. Yeah, so they draw a card and we get to see both. And we get to maybe Mindbender them later. Okay, so they passed with Sulphur Falls. I'm going to play this Heath, and I'm going to attack for 2. I probably don't need to sack the fetch right away, but I will need to at some point. So, right, we're going to let this happen. They probably don't play Shadow of Doubt. Video quality isn't great. What do you mean? Like, do they have the spell post board? The video quality should be like 900p. I don't know how much more you want. Like, I could up it, I guess, but it's 900p. So, yeah. Like, if you're seeing like the full 900p, then yeah, that's the maximum that the video quality goes to. If you're seeing less than 900p, then that's probably Twitch. Is it today that's grainy? What's going on then? Doesn't make sense. It's the same quality it's always been. Like, I haven't changed any settings. So we're gonna let them opt here, by the way. Even if we want to respond with company. Too late now. It passed priority for us. They kept top and they bottom with the first opt. Okay. Yeah. It's weird that it's grainy. Like, I haven't changed anything. Like, all the settings are the same. So, yeah. So here... We could run into a remand. I think that's okay. We can then cast the company again. I could also pass with Township. Right, Sin Collecting and Kitchen Finks are actually incredible. So, like, this is like exactly the value we want. Also, they didn't have the Remand. Remand's really bad against the deck. I guess they boarded them out. I usually board out Remands. So it makes sense that we wouldn't have a Remand. They're more likely to have, yeah, this Anger. They also have the combo here. I think Anger is much more of a problem at this point, though. Like, with Anger, they just untap and destroy our board. So I'm gonna play around like that for now. We can beat the Through the Breach by playing birds and stuff. They also have Lightning Bolt, I guess. This is tough because we exile the card, so it's not coming back. So like Tide Hollow Scholar, if they looked at their hand, yeah, it's actually kind of close. I like taking the Anger here though, putting them on a really awkward clock. Right. So here, I'm just gonna play Township and start bashing. Let me think. Do I want... Seeing their hand, I probably want to collect the company on another turn again. I'll Township if they like Lightning Bolt Finks, but I won't otherwise. Right, so this is 7 damage. Right. Like, if they get Cryptic, I'm okay with, like, running my company into a Cryptic. So we're gonna get a bird. And we're gonna hope for the best off this company. If they get an Anger, I can't save anything with Township anyways. I maybe should have, like, just passed and Townshipped. But if they Wrath, like, we can still company and have something. They played Scalding Tarn, which is kind of interesting. I would probably have played Lighthouse here. So, like... I guess they have to interact. If they have a Cryptic command, that's awkward. But it's kind of unfortunate, but Cryptic command would crush us anyways because it taps the creatures. Right, so we have Kitchen Finks and Ronas. Yeah, that seems good. So we know that they have bolts. They might have drawn Snap, but yeah. Right, okay. So go... Yeah. It's a bit weird that the video quality is grainy. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong on that one. It's just weird. Right, so here... if they have Snap, what we want to do is activate Township and attack with everything. And if they have Snap for Ronas, it's awkward. But, yeah. Right, just activate Township. And then we can block this Emrakul if they decide to do it. Okay, so now... Ronas is gonna do some stuff. Okay, our opponent has Cryptic Command. That's awkward. It's fine though. Like, we survived. This is why this isn't Splinter Twin. It's like, our opponent Cryptic's here, and I don't really care. Because we're at 19 lives, so tap and draw. Okay, sure. You can do that. That's fine. Right, and now they have this... they still should have played Lighthouse. They're not giving the info that they have Cryptic, but yeah. Yeah, because now you play Lighthouse, and you're going to go through the Breach, and I'm going to stack some permanents, and then I win. So, it's not very good. I guess you could draw into Anger. That would actually be incredible. Like, you have to draw into Snap Anger, but you can't because I exiled it. So you have to draw into, like, another one of the Angers you boarded in, since no other card really saves you. I guess a second Cryptic would save you. Would save our opponent. But as stands, we have, like, way over lethal, so we don't need to do anything. Yeah. For our opponent Emrakuls, we just, like, sack some Kitchen Finks and, like, I guess, yeah, some lands maybe. Snapcaster? Sure. There's no Anger. You can... I guess my opponent's gonna opt, but I don't think there's any 2-mana spell. Yeah, it's... Nice Sim Collector. Right. I kind of liked our sideboard plan, except for Devoted Druid, I guess, but what would I want over Devoted Druid anyways? Like, I don't know Rhetoric counters Snapcaster Mage, but it doesn't counter Further Reach, of course. But it does counter Snapcaster. I think that's pretty mediocre, though. Like, I don't like playing this against a deck that has counter magic, unless it's Storm, of course. Is Viscera Seer better than the Devoted Druid? I think the Devoted Druid is better. Let me see with this. You'd have to pay 5. So yeah, you could like Mindbender off a Devoted Druid. The question is like, would something else be worse and take out? Could take out the Walking Ballista for a second Devoted Druid. Like the Walking Ballista's Reach kills Snapcaster and Vanilling Cleek, so it does have a lot of value in that sense. But we can't tutor for it. So we have to like naturally draw it. And that's kind of the issue. I think I'm fine with the way this is, but maybe we can remove the Ballista for a second Devoted Druid to kind of catch up. Okay. Forge Tender's super good, so we're just gonna play the Forge Tender out into Tide Hollow, most likely. They'll keep in Spell Snare because Spell Snare's super good, but yeah, what can you do? Oh, okay, they have Lightning Bolt. Nobody like takes time on that card. They might have Opt, but yeah, I suspect they have Bolt. They were taking time. We want to fetch a basic Force with this. That's kind of awkward into Tide Hollow. We have Tide Hollow to try to get Blood Moons, yeah. Oh yeah, like somebody mentioned we could like Chord for Walking Ballista, then play Eternal Witness to get it back, but yeah, the card like we're not comboing off with the cards with flowers. Because we need to get a Force with this, I'm just gonna play Godless Shrine here. And Forge Tender. I don't like taking too much random damage, because you guys saw last game how like yeah, you probably saw last game like how it came down, like because I was at 19, so my opponent couldn't kill me with Emrakul. We have Finks though, so it helps a lot. But they have Lightning Bolt too. Okay, so right, they have Lightning Bolt in their hand. Pretty much guaranteed. Now, because they have Lightning Bolt in their hand, and they have mana here, I'm kind of tempted to just play this Catacomb, make sure we have a Forest, and pass, rather than curve out. Because, like, if they counter this and go Blood Moon, we just lose, if we don't have the basic land, so... But do I think my opponent's going to keep Blood Moon against me? That's the actual question. Blood Moon already crushes us pretty hard. But we have 2 companies. If I get basic Forest, this is a really hard decision. Like, I basically have to go, do I think my opponent has Blood Moon plus Counterspell? I'm gonna go for Scholar. Since they mulligan, they bottomed. Their hand probably isn't that optimal. We're just hoping that it's not like what I just said, Blood Moon plus Counterspell. That would actually be, okay, that's fine. Well, okay, so they have Lightning Bolt. This hand, okay. We're kind of forced the Lightning Bolts to take the Lightning Bolts. So, because like our opponent could just, if we take another spell, yeah, we can't. There's no point in giving our opponent a choice. Right, so I might use the Forge Tender. That's actually not very easy. Because like Forge Tender is so much better at stopping like an anger. Okay. What did they play that turn? They played the Scalding Tarn, right? Yes. Okay, so no Scalding Tarn. Then we can get the basic Forest. Okay, so now I have to figure out if I want to use Forge Tender. And we have E-Witnesses, and we don't have that big a board, so I think I'm fine. Right, so that's the source. Yeah. They have to give us a choice, because there's no other way to do that. Right, okay. So now we're going to get a basic Forest. Ooh, Sin Collector. Actually, Sin Collector is much more powerful, so we're going to go for that. We're still going to get basic Forest. The problem I have now is our life total is pretty low. But yeah, I think that was like a side effect of trying to play around Blood Moon. I think of our hand. And like the sequencing. We have kitchen things and not so bad, but yeah. Okay, so... Okay, they drew Through the Breach. And with Cryptic Command, I'm kind of forced to take the Through the Breach here. Because we'll just die to that, so yeah. That's kind of unfortunate though. Yeah, I'll do it while they're tapped out, because like, yeah. I think, yeah, that Sin Collector was an insane draw. Right, so they're gonna play Scalding Tarn. And then they probably should pass here. Like, until the end of time, because company's unreal. Yeah. Okay. I'm guessing getting a basic Swamp is better than the Township this turn, and it disguises the fact that we have Township. I should fetch the Swamp now, actually. I'll wait till the damage is done, but yeah, I should fetch the Swamp now so I can company at any time. I'll do it in response to them stacking the Scalding Tarn. What is this? Electrolyze. Okay. Well, let's search first. Swamp, right? Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. Now we want to put a stop on our own turn. We basically want to let them have the Lightning Bolt back and then collect the company. Because there's nothing that prevents this, and yeah. Okay. Unless I forgot something, I don't think this. We didn't board in the Pontiff, right? So now we collect the company, try to hit a disruption piece. We did not, so we're just gonna put these two in play. We'll just do it in the order. Right. Okay, that's fine. We're not dead now to Through the Breach, although we're basically we're not dead, but we're pretty much dead. So yeah. They still have Cryptic here, which is awkward. What can you do? Right. The thing though is, if they don't have exactly Through the Breach next turn, we can attack with Township as well, so it's pretty powerful. Okay, Optus. I'll just F6. There's nothing I can do. Right. So our opponent's really looking for land. They bottomed. So it was probably not all hand, and then they got there. Or you know, they had the land. And actually, I probably wouldn't opt if I didn't have the mana. That's super risky. Right, so here we play Township. Which is super powerful, of course. And we're not threatening lethal, but we are like putting our opponent in a really rough spot. So we could attack with the bird, but I am very unlikely to use Township. So I'd rather keep the bird up in case I wanted to sack the canopy end of turn. So I'd rather like, yeah, okay. Our opponent's gonna Cryptic here. Taps all our creatures. So we have like two options. I could like, yeah. So they're gonna draw a card. I could sack the Horizon Canopy here. I could plant a Township. Or I could plant to Company. Now, with the way my deck's configured, Tidehollow Scholar kind of works anyways. So I would rather play this Collected Company in response to a... yeah, I would rather play Collected Company in response to Through the Breach. And the way this is, I'm gonna just suggest... I want Township activation possible, so I'm not gonna do anything here. I'm just gonna accept that this happens. Actually, one second. I might Eternal Witness Tidehollow. That's actually the best play. Assuming I can do that with my mana the way it is. Yeah. We're gonna Eternal Witness Tidehollow. It does make our board wider, so if they have literally the combo plus Anger, then we're kind of forced to do something. But yeah. So Tidehollow Scholar. Right. So our opponent has Snapcaster Lineage, Lightning Bolt, Emrakul. They also have the land, so yeah, they definitely opted. Okay, so this is a harder one because Snapcaster may. I mean, I guess Snapcaster Cryptic. Like, if we want to prevent Snapcaster Cryptic, we can just take the Snap because our opponent could Lightning Bolt this color, but that's totally fine. Because if they Lightning Bolt this color, then they don't have the mana for Snapcaster Cryptic. They would have it for Snapcaster Electrolyze, which would be awkward, but they have that anyways. So this, taking the Snapcaster here, I think is correct. And if they combo off, we can sack Kitchen Finks, some creatures, some lands, and have a chance still, I guess. Not a good one though. Oh, they have a land. If they get the Through the Breach, we just die. Like we go to 1 because we sack Kitchen Finks, and then we die to Lightning Bolt. Right. So our opponent could bolt the Tide Hollow, which I think is totally fine. I mean, it's not fine, but there's nothing I can do. So they're probably like forced to Snapcaster Electrolyze here. So it makes me, yeah. I think with the information I had, it was fine to do this. Okay, so they have the... So they no longer have the bolts. Right, they get Electrolyzed, but while my Township mana is tapped out. Or then they're going to kill both creatures. Probably... You could kill the bird, I think, here. Because the bird stops the combo. Just by blocking. And we have, because we have enough permanents. Right. Okay. Our opponent went for most damage prevented, which is also fine, I guess. Let's just attack with Kitchen Finks here. I'm gonna play the bird since it doesn't really stop anything to do so. Right. So play bird and pass. Now we can Gavany Township or Collected Company. If our opponent goes for the combo, we're going to Collected Company. Try to hit a Miracle Tide Hollow. Okay, Island. Okay, they don't have it. That's good. Right. So because they have all this mana, if they have Snap Cryptic, I don't want them to counter this too. So we're just going to do this. Yeah. Pay 1. Right. Okay, our opponent's fine with that. Right. So now, I could attack with these birds, but I'd rather still keep them up. Since now I can Township plus Crack Canopy. Yeah, so we'll just attack with this Kitchen Finks. Or Lightning Bolts it, it's not so bad. Okay, so they should block here. I agree with that. Right. This also allows us to... Yeah, I think not attacking the birds here is fine. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe I missed the point of damage. 1 second. Did I? Nah, I guess we can sack the Canopy this way. If I'm going to Township plus draw a card. Yeah, so it turns out taking that Through the Breach earlier was pretty key. Right. If my opponent has Emrakul... They have 7 mana, or 8 mana now. So, like, yeah, there's not... Right, so... This Cryptic's always kind of gonna blow us out with a Snapcaster, so... I might have to run a Company. I could also, like, just run this Township. I guess we're getting to the point where... We're getting to lethal. Township is so good. Like, running out of Company... If we draw a land, then I don't have to attack, and I can just run out both companies, which is super powerful against the Emrakul plan. I'm gonna just Township here. Okay, our opponent did F6, so they probably have an answer. Or they decided not to bluff. Because I want the land for the double Company, I'm gonna just draw. Devoted Druid is really bad here. Right, so here... we want to threaten lethal? Oh, I guess they have the Cryptic. The Snap Cryptic, right. Sadly, that taps the bird. I mean, is there anything in my deck that would prevent this? I don't think so. Scavenging Ooze. If I hit Literal Ooze, then this kind of works out for me. But I have to hit Ooze. There's no other card that would do it. And then this also removes the bird outs. We only have one Ooze. If I had Court, I would Court for Ooze here. I think I'll let this resolve in target, and then I'll hit the Collected Company. Right, so we're gonna do this using both birds, or... 1 second. Yeah, both birds, because our opponent's forced to block. And they're gonna tap out our birds anyways. Yeah, but then they have this Snapcaster Mage. I guess it's... Yeah, 5 because we can block. Right, Township. Swamp. I guess we tap the second bird out. Since, yeah, we want to keep green mana up. We only need 1 green, it's fine. Right, so... Tide Hollow Scholar's okay. The problem is now they could bounce the Tide Hollow. So maybe this Collected Company in response was bad. Our opponent has to tap stuff, but yeah. Well, we're definitely playing Tide Hollow. And then, yeah, we could get a... I guess Ronas is fine. It's a good threat. Right. So, look at our opponent's hand. Take the Emrakul. Yeah. So now they're going to bounce the Tide Hollow, but we get to recast it. It's not so bad. Right. Opponent has to tap creatures and draw a card. And they need to hit really perfect. But yeah, I would probably play the things here. Because then we take 1, but we survive the lethal attack. We did give our opponent more information, but if we hit Ooze, the game basically ends. So, but it might have been wrong. I might have, like... I should have maybe just been patient and waited. Like, until they, like, play a Free to Breach. Because, like, this card is still here. The good news, though, is we have Kitchen Finks and Ronas for... If my opponent top decks in Anger. So, that's actually really good. Now they have to think what to do. They definitely have to tap creatures. Oh, they're gonna collect a company at end of turn. That's kind of interesting. Okay, well, I'm gonna wait until my opponent blocks or snap. Right, but we're trying not to lose the game. Okay, so I could give Trample to the Finks here. Because my opponent's gonna Cryptic, bounce the Tide Hollow. They're going for like they're out. But if I Ronas the Kitchen Finks, then they're forced to bounce the Kitchen Finks. So then, yeah, the Tide Hollow's safe. So we're gonna do this. Because it forces our opponent to like bounce this Kitchen Finks, basically. They could bounce their own snap too. I think that's fine. Yeah. Ronas was actually really good here, because it threatens lethal. We're at like 3 minutes, so I'm gonna be a little quicker here. A lot of the lines... These decks are really complicated, usually. Right, so now you have to Cryptic the Kitchen Finks, or you die. So I agree with this. Right, so you return it to hand, and you drew a card. If they hit Anger, that's actually kind of awkward, since we lose all these, and our opponent gets back Emrakul. If they don't hit Anger, then we're in insane shape. Yeah... My line could lose to Anger plus Breach, but yeah. Bottom. Okay, that's a good sign. Opt. Okay. If they topped, that would have been bad. Bottom. Come on, keep bottoming. This is the problem. They have so many instances. Oh, that's a lot easier. Thanks for conceding. That just makes my life easier if I don't have to worry about anything. I wouldn't concede in that spot. Like your deck is like full of instants, so like I still have to try to kill you. And there's definitely arguments in my hand strong enough to not do so, and then you can draw into like nuts. Like, yeah. But that turn I would probably township and attack with both birds. Finally a good deck. I'm pretty sure there was like good decks in the past 16 days. Or maybe you're biased. I'm just suggesting. Video quality seems fine for me, so maybe Twitch is acting up. 1 second. There's also a delay because of some drop frames earlier. That could have been a problem. Okay. Let me see. I'm just gonna see like how it looks. Seems fine to me. A little grainy, but what in the world? I could try to, yeah. Okay, well, our opponent mulligan, which is good because we need to as well. This hand is not very good, but it does have the combo. So we're gonna keep. We are looking for company. We're definitely not looking for that, or any white source, or any white source. Human? Okay, well, they have reflector age. That's the main thing we have to worry about. What did they do, by the way? They top the card. That's really bad for us. Alright, so here we are looking for white source. If we don't hit white source, let me think. So we're definitely not doing anything this turn. We're just playing forest. We're definitely playing Devoted Druid too. I can't think of a card I would draw that would make me not run out Druid. Yeah, Thalia's fine. It's definitely not a problem. Well, I mean, it makes Court a little more expensive. That's fine. Right, so Devoted Druid. Now we're hoping for not Reflector Mage, because Reflector Mage would just be pretty much good game. Okay, that's fine. Right, okay, so we're gonna see what we draw, and then we're gonna make an assessment. Right, Blooming Marsh is a land at least. But it's not white. That's problematic. We have Walking Ballista, so our plan, let me think. This is really awkward, because next turn our opponent is threatening lethal. So like I could have courted for Noble Hierarch, but I can't because it's lethal. Can't even court for a Vizier because of Thalia, right? Because I would need 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I'm like 1 off. I may need to Company. Company is actually okay. Company like provides me with a blocker plus mana for Cord. I think Company in here is actually probably the right line. Because like I could play Scavenging Ooze, but that just seems weak. I could play Walking Ballista for like 2 and like just kill this Lieutenant. That's actually okay too. But if our opponent hits Reflector Mage on this Devoted Druid, this is a disaster. So I think Company is fine. Because like yeah, we can only court for 1 because we because of this Thalia. And Cord would get us like a Noble Hierarch or something. I could hit Fink's Seer combo. Yeah, of course. But yeah. Yeah, not hitting the white source here was kind of a small dagger. We're gonna have to attempt the Company. I could also Company now. Because if I hit a Vizier, I win. So we're gonna Company now, actually. So add green. Yeah, we're gonna Company now. I know it like gives our opponent information, but I think it's fine. Finks and Tide Hollow Scholar. We could also, we can also hit a Scholar to get their Reflector Mage. Right, so right, that's fine. We gain 2. We look at their hand. Vile, Noble Hierarch. I guess Noble Hierarch is the one we want since the other 2 are not doing much. And that kind of sums up that turn. So we're done. Yeah. So we haven't hit a white source yet. I mean, I guess we hit a bunch on that Collected Company, but yeah. Right, Vile. That's fine. So this is a little harder because, like, actually, we don't care about, because if we hit Vizier, we're gonna have Vizier next turn, so we win here anyways, right? Like, yeah. I mean, there's no card our opponent could play. We're just gonna like block here. We'll kill this for like shoots and giggles. They get back their Noble Hierarch, they'll feel super happy. At least this way. Oh wait, this was bad. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. That's bad. That was bad. I could have blocked with Finks, but that was awful. Because we lose a creature, so that was horrifically bad. Just whatever, ignore that. That wasn't. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. That's just awful. Okay. It's not. Yeah, that was just horrifically bad. It's okay. We got there. It's not a problem. Just don't do that. Just please don't do that in the future. We just won next turn by going court for Vizier. Just please don't do that in the future. Thankfully we got lucky, but yeah, don't do as I do. That was super bad. I'm not even gonna like get into how bad it was. I'm gonna play Walking Ballista just straight up, which is gonna take a little while here. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Mistakes were made. Big mistakes. Actually, wait, we had, what, 5? Yeah, it was super bad. We probably still would have won, but, like, eventually. Because we could have gone for Scavenging Ooze and, like, started being ludicrous. This, yeah, opponent's at 20. We have to go for the full 40 mana. Yeah, comboing with this deck and line is like the nut low. It's about as fast as Splinter Twin was. It's fine. Because like you click a lot, but like the priority stuff is pretty quick because one of them is mana, which they can't respond to. So yeah. Yeah, both halves of the combo are awful for this. Right. Right. Okay. Just takes forever. Against humans, we're going full combo, by the way, because they have solo... Like, they have Reflector Mage, but their other interaction's really bad. Right, so... Jesus Christ, come on. Okay, so we're at 28 mana. Ronas is even slower. I think... No, wait, Ronas might... Yeah, well, you have to click more for Ronas. Right, so... I'm just gonna like add green from these and add black, I guess, whatever. Come on. Because yeah, the -1/-1 counter is not a mana ability, so okay. Right, I see what's going on. Right, okay. So it has a delay on adding the mana, so like when I reselect it has both options. Yeah, there we go. Okay, one more and then we're good to go. Right. We literally needed all of that mana. There wasn't like there wasn't a single point of mana that we didn't need. Okay, done. And now we have to deal 20 damage to face. God. This is actually worse than Splinter Twin. Maybe Ronas is better. No. Our opponent's making us go through it as well. They have nothing better to do with their lives. Jeez. It's not like this is really hard or anything. It's just long. And it's not... I'm gonna play pretty fast. Because this isn't like a slow matchup either. Like, it might get grindy and difficult, but yeah. Opponent's just hoping we misclick, so we're gonna go on like the long route here. Right. And then, there we go. Finally. Good job, opponent. Yeah, okay. Right, they're on humans. Pulse is good, and Paths are good. Thought about Chelsea's. Warway Pontiff is okay sometimes. You can get like quite a few. War Wage can be okay, but I think we just want to stay combo, so we don't want to board stuff out. So we want to stay pretty, like, lean. I think Pontiff is fine. Pulse is okay, because they play a lot of 4-ups. We can cut one Scholar, I think, because we're interacting more on the board. Let's move on from that song. This is actually tough. Like, I'm pretty sure I want these 5 cards in, but then what we board out is tough. They have Reflector Mage. I think we can, because we can cut one Vizier, I think. It is good for the combo, but yeah. I'm also okay with cutting Recruiter. We don't usually have much time for Recruiter, so like 1 to Tutor is good, but I wouldn't play more. Kitchen Finks like buys us a ton of time on top of being the combo piece. I think we just want to go for the Ballista kill rather than the Ronas kill. We can get Recruiter and then get to the Ballista, I think. Yeah, Ronas seems bad again. Yeah. A Knee Witness? Oh yeah, that's right. Less value is okay. I guess we could cut the Ronas. We already have like the Dust Watch and Viziers. Yeah, so we can Dust Watch the Ballista. That's fine. We'll cut the Ronas. The Seer Finks is kind of awkward with the clock, but yeah. At least that combo is pretty fast. Okay, so we're gonna keep this, especially when they mulligan, because we have Bird, Devoted Druid, Chord, which is super powerful, of course. Right, our opponent topped. Right, human Vial. Okay, Vial's pretty powerful on turn 1. Okay, so we're just gonna go for Temple Garden Bird here. I could have gotten a basic forest, I guess. But we might want Black Swiss later. Right, so... Right. They can also... Wait, they can go Meddling Mage and Walking Ballista, so I should have kept in the Ronas, because it's a searchable target. I'm gonna play the Devoted Druid here. Just because if they don't have Reflector Mage, this is good game. So we're just gonna... Okay. Right, Noble Hierarch. Okay, they have 1 card in hand. If it's literal Reflector Mage. I think like every other card would have been awkward for us too here. Okay, so... Because like, I gotta play Kitchen Finks, but then our opponent can just bounce the Finks and it's the same deal. We could just play Finks list next turn. Black Freebooter. What is this? Campbell? Anafenza. Okay, Anafenza is a problem, right? Well, it depends what the last card is. If it's Meddling Mage, maybe. Thalia? Okay, we win. Right, okay, so... I'm pretty sure we win, right? We need, Infinite Green. Yeah, but... Yeah, you're right. Okay. So, one second. We have 6 mana, so we can... Yeah, we can Chord and we win. Okay, that was easy. I'll just play this to remove a land from my deck and go a little faster. Because our opponent has shown that they do not care for... Right. Chord. I think it's kind of messed up that you can add the counter and then still go off. That feels like kind of messed up. Right, and then... X is 2. We can pay 1. Done. Vizier of Remedies. Woohoo! Fun. Turn 3 kills twice. So, or turn 4, I guess, in the other one. Right. Let's not forget how this works. Right, so... Demonstrate Dustwatch Recruiter. So our opponent might decide that with 16 minutes on our clock that we're not gonna fail. 16 minutes is a lot. Like... I'm not gonna fail comboing off after 60 minutes, so... I guess I'm gonna just like look for Ballista here. Yeah, okay, good. They get that 16 minutes will get them. That was very helpful. That's why humans is bad sometimes. Is like against creature combo is really bad. Creature combo has to be like humans' worst matchup by far because their values are not that good, and they only have Reflector Mage. Yes. Well, we're keeping this hand. Pretty sure that much. This is This isn't necessarily a turn-free kill, but it threatens it. Which is really silly. Like, you play this on turn 2, and they're like, okay, shoot, I might die. That's just ludicrous to me. Well, oh, wait. Cancel that order. This is also why I had mana this way, is like, sometimes you just misclick. And I have had situation. I know you can, like, undo with Alt-U, but still. Right, Bloodstain Mire. This bird is not surviving. This bird is not surviving. Sacred Foundry? Okay, yeah, this bird is not surviving anything. It's dead. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Okay, well, we're gonna play this Devoted Druid, and we're gonna hope that they have nothing. Because that would be, like, totally nuts. They're very unlikely to have nothing. Why can't you get these hands? I don't know, because your matches matter. Mine don't, so that's why I get my hands. Okay, they're actually on burn. Lantern? You need to learn Lantern a lot. Like, I don't think you can play Lantern without practice. Okay, I'm pretty sure, like, we still take the damage from the Searing Blaze, but I might as well, like, kill my own Devoted Druid off. The Searing Blaze is super taxing, because, like, yeah. Everything else is fine, but the Searing Blaze isn't. I guess we play out this Vizier, and we hope to draw a land at some point. That was kind of frustrating. Bolting the bird from burn, though, is a lot weirder. Like, that's a much harder call to make. Like, from a control deck, I totally get bolting the bird, but from a burn deck, that is a really high cost. Rift Bolt? Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna just... Horizon Canopy is not the greatest. But I'm just gonna attack here and play Kitchen Things. Might make my opponent kill this, but that's fine. If my opponent's, like, spending their burn spells killing my... Oh, they might have Skullcrack here? 1 second. Yeah, whatever. They have Skullcrack, they have Skullcrack. It's frustrating if they have Skullcrack, but it's fine, I guess. Yeah. They still have to potentially kill this. Yeah. I think I just assumed that, like, yeah, they can Skullcrack me and that's it. Maybe that was wrong, though. Maybe... If they kill the Vizier, that's really good, though, for me. I think killing this with Rift Bolt is, like, a massive win. Like, I can't, like, understate how good that is. Swamp is really good, because now we can just Company, and it makes our opponent have a World of Hurt. We can just attack here. And then, yeah, Company. Right. It's pretty awkward, though, that Company deals us 1 point of damage. Like, yeah. Right. Our opponent flooded, like, our opponent played two burn spells on our creatures and then flooded out. We did bolt ourselves. Okay, the Boros Charm is super bad news. Bears, because now we're at 7. Okay, I have to collect a Company now. We have to hit a Tide Hollow Scholar potentially. They might have been corrected to do it in response to a fetch, but if they had Searing Blaze, then it would have been bad. So we're gonna Company here and hope to hit Kitchen Finks or Tide Hollow. Well, we're definitely not. We're gonna play the Noble Hierarch here, right? Yeah, we have like black mana, so. Right, we get the Rift Bolt, so we don't necessarily die. We are in, like, high chance to die. Okay, well, they clearly don't have lethal. They might have Searing Blaze. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is such a hard decision. This is like the one card that makes this turn really hard. 1 second. Let's think about this. Right. Okay. Clearly, any burn spell they would have just played. So I'm gonna eliminate relevant cards to Searing Blaze and land. That's basically the equation here because I can't think of another burn card. If I I could wait. Can I like E-Witness and like win anyways? Let's see. Can I, like, E-Witness... Yeah, but then they can Searing Blaze? Right, okay. So, like... What can I do? There's a lot of creatures in each graveyard, so Court of Calling could get... What can Court get? The ones are... I guess Viscera Seer is the main one. It's actually... Maybe I just want to like make sure, like, if there's a way to not die to Searing Blaze, that I don't die to it. Because everything else is fine. Because right now I have access to 6 mana, and I can Chord a little more. I'm going to assume that the triple green is payable by creatures. I could Chord any creature in my deck. So I could get like another things, but that doesn't protect me against Searing Blaze plus top deck. Which, yeah. I guess it does protect me. Yeah, it protects me against Searing Blaze if I get a Kitchen Finks here, but not Boros Charm. Actually, it doesn't, because then they Searing Blaze and, like, yeah, it doesn't do anything. So, Kitchen Finks isn't worth it. Viscera Seer is basically the same card, actually, but better. This is... Right, so... If I might as well play this Township, so my opponent gets what's going on. So I could Chord for... Yeah. I mean, I would definitely go lethal otherwise, but yeah, I could do like half and half, but that seems totally awful. Like, Gavany. Actually, wait. There's a line I think that's really good here. If I Chord for Viscera Seer, let's see. If I Chord for Viscera Seer, then that locks how much mana? It locks too much. Yeah. I'm considering, like, Township Swing is like my default action. I'm just considering other options because I have time. There's no need to like just go for it if there's a better option. Because like if I Chord here for Viscera Seer, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, which is bad. Like, because I could Chord for Viscera Seer with Tide Hollow, Kitchen Finks, but then I'm like down to mana. Because like if I could have activated Township, I think I'm just gonna like activate Township here. I think that's the best line. Okay. If they have it, they have it. It's one in... It would be an insane draw from both of us. Like, for our opponent to go Searing Blaze and us to draw this Township. This should definitely tap 2 mountains, and then... Yeah, there we go. I agree with that play. Yeah, it was actually... It was a super close call. Like, really, really close. Okay. So, Forge Tender for sure. Voice is really good against their creatures. I don't like Pulse, it's too slow. I like Sin Collector. I don't like Pass. We have a lot of creatures, and their creatures are all like the same. They're gonna board in a bunch of Searing Blazes and Searing Bloods, which is not very fun for us. It is what it is, though. So against Blood, I could have Path because it at least like saves my own creature. Devoted Druid, like against Blood, also saves itself. Yeah. Okay, so we can probably cut any Witness because we're on the draw. I don't like Roness. We can... Let's see. What's our mana base like now? We can cut like a Devoted Druid, an Vizier. They're okay. Like, they trade, but yeah. I'd rather have Tide Hollows and stuff. Recruiter is not great. I'll keep one in. Okay, so cut a Vizier, cut a Devoted Druid, cut a Recruiter. I could actually also cut a Chord. A Chord gets Forge Tender. Oh, I could cut this Ballista, right? No. Like, comboing off is still a totally reasonable line to victory, so... Is this the best sideboard? Pontiff seems bad. Yeah, I think this is fine. Devoted Druid, like, you know... Well, okay, so this hand has Corzin Canopy, which is god awful. But it has Finks, Ooze and yeah, and I don't like that we're gonna take random damage here in our hand, otherwise it's pretty slow. So I'm gonna mulligan this hand. I think it's too slow. This hand seems better. Temple Garden's hard. Because they have Searing Bloods. I guess we keep Temple Garden because they have Goblin Guide in their deck. And we do need a land. It's just not a very good land for us. Yeah, they burn the voice, but at least they like have to do their burn during their turn, and it's not that bad. Okay, so Goblin Guide, Grim Lavamancer. Okay, that's substantially worse. This is actually horrific for me. I'm gonna board in Path. I forgot about Grim Lavamancer. The minimum damage I could take here. Because next turn, my opponent still wants to play a creature. So... it's very easy for them to kill this bird. I'm probably going to just play my tap lands, to be honest. I want to take out as little damage from my own cards as possible. Like, because we're not going over the top, so... this game is going to be long. Yeah, and this would have been awful. He just kills my bird. Yeah, we're getting Force later. Eidolon? Okay, Eidolon's awkward. Now we can just not cast this Bird of Paradise. That was like the consideration, was if my opponent has Eidolon, then I don't want to... I do want to play Bird out. Like, because then like they're forced to Grim Lavamancer. But if they don't have Eidolon, then this is just awful. Because like we take damage and we need our untap lands later. I'm just gonna like let this happen for now. Our opponent's at 14, so this isn't actually as bad as it looks. Like Eidolon is not as good as it looks against these decks, because yeah, like it's good when you have creatures though. That's the problem. Right, so our opponent should attack with those two, but not Lavamancer. I agree with that. Right, so now that's awful. Our plan is just gonna be to company later, so I'm just gonna play Verdant Catacomb and pass again. Like, yeah. I know this looks super weird, but it's worth noting I might board in Pride Mage just because it kills Eidolon. So our opponent bolts us. Why wouldn't you really use Grim Lavamancer here? Like, Bolt is like more damage with your prowess creature. That just seems super bad. Unless you have literal lethal in your hand, then that makes sense. I don't know if Sin Collector was worth playing. We take 2 damage. I guess, like, the creature's there, we can take the Searing Blaze. They had 1 mana tap? You're right. Maybe Sin Collector was okay. Okay. Rift Bolts? Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's at least get our tap land. We should have gone in black, I guess. Yeah. Force Tender is interesting. I would have rather had it off Collected Company, but we'll survive. This is kind of a weird game. Alright. It's okay. Our opponent's gonna undo this awfulness. Right, so Gimmer Lavamancer Os. 1 second. Do I wanna like company at end of turn as a result of this? Because, like, they have Rift Bolt, but we can get rid of, like, a Searing Blaze now, so I would probably do this, yeah. Even though we take damage. There's also a good time to, like, avoid a Skullcrack. Okay, Sphinx and Noble Hierarch. Any order's fine. Right. Yeah, we didn't get the Tide Hollow we needed. We needed, like, another Sphinx or Viscerous here or Tide Hollow. The Noble Hierarch's not going to do much. We're blocking with the Sphinx. We might block the Swift Spear. Okay. Oh, is my opponent going to Skullcrack in response or something here? Lightning Helix? Are we just... yeah, I guess we're just dead. to Grimlav. Okay. Well, that's awkward. Yeah. Okay. Sin Collector. I guess Sin Collector would have given us 1 life, which would have actually been super relevant. Oh, we could have blocked too. Yeah, maybe more than 1 life. Okay. I really hate this Recruiter, but I think even 1's okay. On the play, the Prime Mage at least kills Eidolon. I don't think we need to go for the Walking Ballista kill. I'm pretty sure the Viscerous here, Finks combo is like good enough. Except they like Skullcrack in response. That's kind of awkward. I guess we would like Recruiter and like just get a bunch of Kitchen Finks so it works out even if they Skullcrack. Right. I think we can lose the Ballista and we can win the Devoted Druid. I might also... I have to board in these paths too. Actually, yeah, Grim Lavamancer makes me want to keep Ballista, but yeah. I don't like Path against Burn from a deck like this, but it's fine. I guess we're gonna lose 1 chord. Chord is a bit expensive. We're gonna lose 2 chords actually. Vizier at least blocks, but yeah. Voice is like forces them to play at a pace we want. I could cut a second Eternal Witness, I guess. It's very good with paths, but yeah. That's just fine. Yeah, Lavamancer may change my mind. Not the best hand, but I would still keep this because Blooming Marsh really helps. Because it means we take 0 damage from our lands, which is actually super relevant. Not having a 1-drop is bad, but at least we take no damage from our lands. This again is... We could also play the Devoted Druid and like just like fret, like it threatens lethal too, so they do have to kill it. I might play the Tidehollow Scholar first, but they can kill this easily and get the card back, so it's not really... It does like cut their tempo, that's the biggest advantage of Tidehollow. What is this? Grave Lavamancer? Okay. Well then this... Jesus Christ. Let's see. Our hand is so cold to this card. So cold. My opponent can just kill the Devoted Druid, but they can just kill anything anyways. I think the Devoted Druid is better since it's a must kill. Stop Eidolon for a turn. Yeah, Lavamancer is really frustrating. Great fetch land. No matter what we do, this card is always gonna work out against us. Goblin Guide? Okay. Oh yeah, don't give me the option, of course. Sure. It's dead. It's a very good sideboard card at least. Okay. I'm going to Tidehollow Scholar here. Since at least I don't get blazed or blooded this way too hard. Actually, this is interesting. Definitely not taking Skullcrack or Rift Bolt. I could take the Swift Spear, but then my opponent can just Lightning Bolt. I think a Lightning Bolt is the right call here since it's the most efficient card. I'll probably get a trade given the opportunity, but yeah. This Grim Lavamancer is just awful. Yeah. We also drew a few lands after, but yeah, it's fine. Like, this matchup just revolves around Kitchen Finks so hard. Maybe cutting the Ballista was wrong because of Grim Lavamancer. Like, I'm totally fine with, like, Ballistaing a Lavamancer. Whatever. What? What is this line? Kitchen Finks? Okay, well, I'm definitely casting Kitchen Finks. This is really the right turn to cast it while they don't have Skullcrack up. Right, gain 2 life. And we're gonna play Heath and pass. Township plus Sphinx is actually a super nice draw. I don't agree with my opponent's decision to bolt attack here without playing the Swiss Spear. I would have definitely played the Swiss Spear here. I would have played the Swiss Spear before to deal 2 damage. Like, this isn't a winning line, so I'm not, like, the biggest fan of this line. Like, we still... Like, we gained 4, and we killed a Bolt Dot. Yeah, this is totally fine. I'm totally okay with our Kitchen Finks, like, sucking up a Bolt and a Lavamancer activation and gaining us 4 life. Right. I think that sequence from our opponent was wrong. I'm pretty sure, like, they should have Swiss Speared and then bolted the Tide Hollow. I agree with that part, but yeah. Sure. Right. Okay, we're gonna like get attacked and then I'll make a decision as to whether I want to keep the card or not. Path to Exile. Path is a hard one, but no, it's not a hard one. I'm just joking with you. Like, I definitely have to keep Path. With their hand, they have no cards in their graveyard, so I'm gonna Path on their upkeep. We're gonna get a basic planes with this now. Then I'm gonna play... I could play Township, but I'd rather surprise them with it, and there's not really another land I'm gonna play. Maybe... Yeah, I want to surprise them with it. Right, so play Recruiter. Don't tap the white for that. Play Vizier. Because my opponent has no cards in their graveyard, so, and they only have 1 unknown, so there's no way that they can get this Lavamancer safe. Yeah, okay, path this. I can also remove my own end of turn stop and my opponent's upkeep stop. Right, so we path them, which gives them the land. That's not good, because if their like random card is Searing Blaze, we just destroyed ourselves. But I guess Searing Blaze can get this Vizier anyway, so it's fine. Right, so they get a mountain. Yeah. I mean, if they have Searing Blaze, they have Searing Blaze. Like, what do you want me to do? Right, there we go. They drew a land. That's great. So now they could Lightning Helix. I think they should Lightning Helix the Recruiter because we're so short on cards. Right, and then we're probably priced into blocking this Goblin Guide since Vizier on its own is really bad. Canopy is good. That's actually like an actual card. Right, so sack, draw a card. Forge Tender is extraordinary right now. It's not very good against Skullcrack, sadly. Yeah. This is the problem, is like Forge Tender is not so good against Skullcrack, so we kind of have to take this one. This is really awkward. Let's see if our opponent knows the... Oh, damn it, they know the attraction. If I block, they have to Skullcrack, but I can't prevent anything. I think I'm forced to just take the damage here. Maybe that was wrong. Suspend Riftbolt? You have like so much mana. Oh, Kitchen Finks is great. Mostly because it forces my opponent to potentially Skullcrack here. We only have 1 witness, so it's fine to not block. We can also block later, right? Like, our opponent has Riftbolt, they suspend it, it prevents more damage this way just by blocking. This is still, like, pro-red from certain perspective. Okay, like, they Skullcrack now, this is actually really good for us. Boros Charm. Did I miss a card? 1 second. Oh, they Lightning Helixed us earlier. Okay. Right, so we know we have Skullcrack. Wait. That's fine. Oh, they don't want me to prevent this? Well, that's fine. I mean, I don't mind. There's still a Finks coming, so it's not an issue. Like, they could Skullcrack, but then we have this board turn Forge Tender to prevent any real damage. Unless it's literal Skullcrack, I guess. Right, so... Yeah, because no matter what I do, my opponent can Skullcrack here. I'm happy with that Skullcrack being gone. Okay. Right, and now my opponent can't really attack. Right, okay. Now we gain 2. There's a Rift Bolt. Oh, we don't gain 2, sorry. But there is a Rift Bolt coming, and we have this Fortune Ender. And Township, so yeah. We just have to hope that our opponent doesn't draw too well. I could counter this Rift Bolt, but I'm gonna accept that I lose the Skullcrack, and that's it. We don't really lose to any other card. Grab Digger's Cage. That makes our top deck so much worse, but it's okay. I'm surprised my opponent played it this turn, actually. I guess it stops things. Yeah, you should do it. They definitely shouldn't attack. Okay. Right, so now I'll play this Verdant Catacombs. Sadly. This also means the things can't come back. So that's kind of a dagger. It makes this whole sequence super hard, actually. Because, like, I'd love to... Actually, this just protects from this. So I'm just going to attack with things here. And, like, if my opponent draws a creature, we're not dead yet. So, yeah. I think we have to, like, start putting some pressure here. If my opponent draws a burn spell, I still don't die. Oh, yeah, I die. I shouldn't have done this, actually. I'm not going to survive, so... I should have probably just passed. Like, one turn. Yeah, because any burn spell kills me here. That was bad. That was actually super stupid. Because I prevent this. And, I'm an idiot. I should have just passed. Okay, that was just bad play. With burn, you normally have to put them down to a lot. Yeah, like we would have drawn Voice. Like any creature is okay. And then, yeah, like I would have been forced to sacrifice the Spike though. We would have like died eventually, I guess. They would have drawn, yeah. Maybe that was the right attack still. The cage made things a bit awkward. The Skullcrack too. It's possible I should have blocked the Swift Spear there, but I don't think so. It was only 1 damage. Yeah. Burn is a variable matchup. If they have Lavamancer, it's pretty bad. If they don't, then it's pretty good. Well, we're keeping this hand. It just has a very good start. Just, yeah. Normally, green source, accelerant, 2 lands with green source and accelerant and like some action is good. We can like choose our line. I like the Finks line first here. In the dark. Okay, our opponent mulligans, and then they keep their hand, and they bottom. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't play that correctly. I say I didn't play that correctly against Burn, but maybe I can't win if I don't do that. Like... Yeah, because like, if they play a burn spell, I'm forced to counter it, then I don't attack. My Finks goes to like 4, and like any burn spell kills me. Yeah, actually attacking might have been correct that turn. Just like, because I have nothing else to do. If I had another creature that would have been great, but I didn't, so that was what it was. This is actually a really hard turn, because my opponent has Steam Vents, so Kitchen Vink, like this turn, Kitchen Vinks would be really powerful. But Devoted Druid is really powerful too. The problem is Steam Vents is the most likely color to have like Bolt. But if they had Bolt, they would have bolted this higher. So just gonna go ahead and play this Devoted Druid. They would have bolted the Hierarch if they had something on 1 mana. So we'll do this. I'm taking the risk here because they didn't bolt our Hierarch. Yeah. Like, otherwise, Kitchen Finks would be really powerful. I think if my opponent, like... Steam Vents is, like, the hard one, because, like, the other cards, I probably would have just gone for it. I think if it was, like, Watery Grave, I may have gone for Kitchen Finks. Because Kitchen Finks is really good against the Watery Grave decks. And the Watery Grave decks probably have push. Stomping Ground. Are they on Bluescape Shift? On whatever, like, oh, they're dead. Okay, cool. We know what they're on, and they're on blue scape shift or bring to light scape shift. Yeah, that was easy. Well, apart from the fact I'm gonna have to. Oh, I guess I can just run ass here. That's okay. Wait, turn free wins, easy games, blah, yada yada yada. I could even Tide Hollow Scholar first to get info, right? Let me check. If I Tide Hollow Scholar, I take green, black, white, and then have this. Yeah. We'll Tide Hollow Scholar here. Because they're not going to concede to Tide Hollow Scholar, and it gives us extra information on what they're running. This is actually a ridiculously good draw. Since it gives us info on what they're playing. And, yeah, it's pretty good here. I know they're on Valakut. There's no way like Steam Vent Stomping Ground Elder isn't on Valakut, but they'll probably bring to light Scape Shift. I just want to see what their deck has. It seems like, yeah, just a classical version of the deck. You'll take Cryptic, just play this here. And then, yep. I would recommend to my opponent to F6 on that one. They have? No, they have not. They should F6. We're just gonna play Ronas so they know they're dead, and then we'll see if their opponent forces us to go for it. Yeah, cool. That was a good opponent. They understood. Okay, so Distended Mindbender seems great. Voice seems good. Sync Collector seems good. Nothing. Fortune Ender might be okay. I don't like the combo against them. They're more likely to kill you. Recruiter's good again for value, but yeah. The life. If I was in real life, I probably would keep this, but I'm not. Sorry, the Zeros here. I'm gonna probably go off the combo since I think going full value is totally fine. So we're gonna cut the combo. We're gonna cut the Viziers. We're gonna cut. Yeah. So now our deck is like just full. Yeah, we can cut a Devoted Druid as a result. And now our deck is just full value game mode. Like I don't think I will need the combo, so that's why I'm doing this. They're most likely gonna board in like Bolts, Angers, and all this other stuff. They are a little more clunky. But yeah, I'm more likely gonna like kill them through damage and stuff. I think this is fine. The Devoted Druid is a little worse, but it does allow you for Mindbender. Like the turn 1 plays like force like of Bolt are good. Yeah, I think this is fine. No combo. Combo is overrated. This hand's super slow. They did mulligan though. That's why Recruiter isn't that bad on turn 3. Eidolon is good against Bring to Light. That is correct. I haven't seen Bring to Light, but I probably... The problem is Eidolon's super bad against the rest of their game plan. Because, like, we don't have counter magic. So, like, they can Cryptic anything and know that it's fine. Like, that's the last spell of the turn. And one of our best ways to... We're going to keep this, although it's a bit slow. We have a lot of value. I really want to try this Mindbender out. Right, so bottom... Steam Vents. Tapped, okay. Doesn't respect the possibility we have turn 1 bird. We don't. We have 2 basic. Okay, overgrown 2. No. We need to get a second block source for this, so I'm keeping the heat for the second tomb. I guess I could get Godless Shrine. We have white though. Okay. Right. Search for Tomorrow Exile. Did they top or bottom? They bottomed. Okay, so they just drew the search most likely. Right. Okay. Temple Garden. I was gonna play the Deathwatch Recruiter with I guess a Plains is fine. Yeah, Plains and next turn get overgrown. Okay, they don't have Bolt. Recruiter's not so bad. Right, okay. Are they gonna like just cast a search here? Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're on Bring to Light. Oh, Terminate. Wow. That is some action right there. Okay, we need to get a Godless Shrine, I guess, at some point. But I could do that next turn. So I can play like Forest and then next turn fetch. I don't want to draw it, and I am going to have to get it untapped, so let's get Godless Shrine. I could get another Overgrown Tomb, but I think Godless Shrine is fine. Yes. Right. Yeah, this is super hard to kill from my member's perspective, so yeah, we're gonna cast this card. I'm kind of excited. Now they're gonna bring to light Scape Shift. That's gonna be like the nut low for me. Not like Scape Shift, but they're gonna bring to light something awful for me. Cultivate. Okay, that's awkward. Alright, so they cultivate. They get a swamp and an island in their hand. Okay, well, we can probably get their whole hand with this card. So let's attack in. And then we'll play the basic forest and Mindbender them. They probably were not expecting this card. I'm gonna put it. I'm just gonna put that out there. Okay, we persist the Finks. That was a mistake. We should have resolved the Mindbender first. Oh man, that is like ultra daggers. This is like the biggest freaking daggers. Okay, well we'll take a Scape Shift, I guess. Yeah, well, so they have Island Scape Shift, right? Man, that was a dagger. No value. At least we're at. What is this? Really, anger? Why would you wait? What would you anger there? That doesn't seem necessary. Okay. We die to land. That is not a place to be. That is not a good place to be. But I could like Horizon Canopy, hope to draw Sin Collector or Tide Hollow. I think that's where we need to be. Because like if I can get a Tide Hollow or Sin Collector here, it's super powerful. Yep. Or Court of Calling. There's nothing at 4 that I can think of. I'd want, I mean. There's Birch and Fortune Ender, but that doesn't stop Valakut. 1 second. One doesn't get anything. Nope. Okay. As red as the Valakut feels, like yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so we just have to hope our opponent doesn't draw land, because they have 2 green sources, so literal land. I'm gonna play Devoted Druid here because it's more mana for Chord, and I'd rather Eternal Witness the Chord. It's kind of a land, technically. Search for Scan is super bad for us. So many reasons that card is awful for us. I don't have free green. Oh, that was true. That is a good point. Right, well our opponent's at 9, so they can almost die here. We're actually really close to killing our opponent. Let me think. What's the most we can do here? Because what's the best card we can court for here? Sin Collector's pretty good. Like Sin Collector's like my default. Wait. Ronas is still in the deck, but doesn't kill my opponent, right? Because I don't have the mana to pump. We don't have Pride Mage, which I might board in because of this card. Yeah, Sin Collector is kind of where I want to be, I think. So if Sin Collector is where I want to be, I can just play this Birds of Paradise anyways. I don't think taking a damage is so bad. Yeah, we need to Sin Collector the Scape Shift and hope our opponent doesn't get one from this Search for Scanta. I don't think there's a better court for Vizier and win. Oh, yes. With one problem. The Vizier combo is like I could have maybe kept one, but Vizier is so bad in post-board games. So yeah, we can't do that. No. Again, this is our sideboard. You'll notice there's a problem. Like, I normally board out the Vizier because, especially in matchups like these, it's so bad. With the exception of this. So I could have kept like one, I guess. But yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, Vizier would have been a good suggestion, but no. We boarded that out. which is maybe bad. I think it's fine. Like, it's so bad normally. Okay, so, we can play this bird. Then we can... They have to, like, graveyard whatever their card is. Yeah, I have Sin Collector, so... I'm definitely gonna Sin Collector here. I think I have a basic force left. Yes. Right. So, Chord... I could Chord on upkeep, but then my opponent can... Wait, is Chording... No, we need to get that Scape Shift, right? Because this is a land, so... So we got a Sin Collector. Okay, we get their Scape Shift, collect that Sin. That Sin's gone. And then we attack on Mindbender, and we hope that they don't get there. They've already gone through 2 Scape Shifts, and the search doesn't allow them to get Bring to Light. Bring to Light would, I guess, like... Yeah, so they put Breeding Pool. They have to use a Scanta. And they have... Yeah. Yay! Yay! I mean, it's info for my opponent. I don't have Vizier for sure, but like, I could just board one in now, and then yeah, that was unfortunate. The odds of them hitting Scape Shift were super low. I guess if they hit a land, they could have done Bring to Light. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of damage. Normally in these games you don't want the combo. Like, it's very rare that like those situations come up. Can board a Vizier, I guess. On the play, I probably don't need as much of a Bird or Noble. But because we have Mindbender, I could cut the Noble. But yeah, like you don't get, like, I don't have Vizier here, so it's really only with Devoted Druid, and Devoted Druid's super hard to kill. I guess they tap out a lot. I'll keep one Vizier in. Then we have to lose one of these 1-mana creatures, or what do we lose? I like the Ooze. Sometimes they have Snapcaster. They also have Search for Scanta, which they demonstrated. Like, it's very rare that Vizier is correct, that's why. It's a 2-1 for 2, like... I guess having it in the deck is good. The Pride Mage gets a Scanta, but not much else. I'm much more worried about a Scanta than other cards, but we have Scavenging Ooze, so that beats a Scanta already. I could board in the Vizier, but instead of what? Recruiters, all these cards seem much better, and I can't board out a Devoted Druid. Like, this is kind of the problem. Our opponent has like slow removal, like Terminates and stuff too. I don't like it. I'm just gonna run this. I'm gonna put some light in the room. It's getting dark. Well, we mulligan this hand. This hand's awful. This hand's not great, but we're at 6. 1 second. I'll be back. I think cutting Harik is wrong. Like, I think like the Vizier is wrong. Yeah, like in that specific scenario, like our opponent had to get lucky anyway. So like we changed it 100% to like a 90 or 85. Yeah, this hand is too slow, but I'm at 6. Like, what do you want me to do? Chord of Calling is action, but way too slow. It is action, but I need company. I need to get a bit lucky on that. Right, so we're gonna play Catacomb or Heath, because we already have Horizon Canopy. I know this hand is slow, but like mulliganing to 5 seems really bad. Our opponent could like easily kill stuff. We still have to have a value-orientated game plan. Chord is a little slow though. I think this is fine. Like, right, overgrown tomb. Yep. No. Lol. I could get a Godless Shrine here, I guess. Yeah, Godless Shrine is okay. I lose a lot. I take a ton of damage this way, but I don't really want to lose to, like... Like, I want to be able to beat Scapeshift for 18. We need a second black. How much white do we actually need post-board? We need no white, right? We have Tide Hollow, but we have... Yeah, okay, I need a Godless Shrine. I don't like paying the life here, but yeah. Opponent's kind of forced to do something about this Recruiter, though. Yeah, I don't like mauling to 5. Like, what are we hoping at 5, right? Like, you're hoping for what? Mana Dork, Kitchen Finks, and like 2 lands at least? That seems like super hopeful to me, but that's just me. Right, Kitchen Finks is okay here. I guess we attack and take the choice away from our opponent. They will choose to sacrifice the Tread Elder, but at least the choice is done. Yeah, so... Yeah, I'm just gonna play Township here. I don't think our odds of winning with this are that slow. We still have Recruiter, which can get us stuff. Right. We are on the play. Like, on the draw, like... So yeah, like, on the play, cards are more important. On the draw, speed is more important. Like, you can't, like, always just... Yeah. I think this hand can win. I think you're undervaluing that this hand can win. This hand isn't, like, totally dead. Like, we still have, like, yeah. Okay, we have Court of Callings. Here... What do you think? I could court for a... What could I court? I could court for a Sin Collector here. My opponent has Dispel. This is just awful. What the hell is this crap? Okay, moving on. I could court for Sin Collector. If my opponent has Anger, that's awkward. Yeah, I think this hand can win. Because, like, all we need was, like, a Disruption Piece or Collected Company, and the hand was fine. I think it can win because our opponent doesn't always get there. Okay, I think we have to court for Sin Collector at some point. Like, I could also get a Voice here, but, yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to court first. I could have courted for a Tide Hollow Scully here, but I think that it's better to just remove the card. Okay, so get a Sin Collector. Cryptic Command, right, okay, so they have Maelstrom Pulse, that's fine. They have 1 green. I could, like, take the Cryptic here rather than the Scapeshift, because then I can Court of Calling for a Tide Hollow on the Scapeshift, but then they Maelstrom Pulse. Yeah, it's like how likely am I to win with the 6 compared to how likely am I to win with a random 5. That's how your mulligan should work. I think that 6 was not great, but with a Scry, I'm more likely to win than a random 5. So here it's kind of tough, because, like, Cryptic Command is going to hurt us later. And my opponent can't really cast Scapeshift right now. If I go for Tide Hollow Scholar, though, I could go for Tide Hollow Scholar. It doesn't really matter. They only have 1 green source, actually. They can't Maelstrom Pulse and Scapeshift, so I think Tide Hollow is fine, because we can then witness the Chord of Calling. So I'm going to take the Cryptic away, because we have time. They only have 1 green source, too. I didn't flip this, but that might have been wrong. Our opponent's also incentivized to play their Blood Crypt here. Oh, they drew a Swamp. Well, that's useful info. That's also super useful for us. They use the Pulse out. Okay. Right. So now, how much do we have? I want to cord a Tide Hollow in case our opponent top decks a green source. So, man, having to tap the Kitchen Wings rather than the Sin Collector, such a dagger. Let me think here. Let me think. What do I want to do here? Because, like, if I E-Witness, I can't cord, right? So, yeah. Because I E-Witness... Unless I E-Witness a land. If I E-Witness a land, is that better? Let's see. But then I don't deal damage, right? Yeah. So I think it's better to just cord again. For Tide Hollow. I could also cord on draw, but that seems wrong. Yeah, we'll just cord now. If our opponent has anger, they have it, right? Like, yeah. Okay, we'll just cord now. Get a Tide Hollow Scholar. Yep. Okay, they're left with those. Yeah. Maybe I was wrong to bottom the cord. No, I wanted like better action, like Collect a Company and stuff. Or like natural draw. Alright. I think it was right to take the Cryptic, although our opponent could easily redraw the Scapeshift now. Okay, we have like tons of E-Witnesses. They normally board out Romance, but yeah. Yeah, that was the thing, like Gavany, yeah. 7. If I Witness, my opponent's at 10, and Gavany's lethal if I get a land. I think that's our play this turn. Because if I get Cord... I could also get Cord for Burton Forgetender here. Right? 1 second. 1, 2, 3. No, I'd rather put my opponent on 2-turn clock here. Right. They need to like draw green source and have a removal for this. That removal for this and the green source, that would actually be incredibly frustrating. Right. Alright, so we Witness here. Right. Then we get back like one of these lands. Oh my god. Cryptic, really? Ugh. Oh, that's just... Ugh. Oh, this is bad. Well, I mean, our opponent doesn't have the second green yet. At least they took the damage. Okay, Blood Crypt is fine. Oh, this is bad. This is GG. We would have lost, I guess, to Cryptic anyways. I don't think there was much I could do there. I'm trying to think like what I could have done. Like whatever I do, I lose. So yeah, it's not a good. Yeah, I think the Vizier was right to board out in both matches, but yeah, it didn't pan out. Yeah, that Cryptic was brutal. Not much I could have done though. I think I have to just like they die in 2 turns with Witness. So yeah, that was frustrating. Yeah, like the Vizier is bad in these matchups only because they boarded like so much mass removal and it's just a 2-1. And sometimes they play Electrolyze. Okay, mulligan. Wow, this hand is so bad. I think I'm gonna keep, but this hand feels bad. I'm like, to be fair, the one thing about this hand that's good is I'm like 2 combo pieces, so like I don't need too much to make it good, so we'll keep. Devoted Druid is... I guess we can keep Devoted Druid. Probably not needed, but... Actually, what I should have done that turn was play a fetch land and not crack it. And if Devoted Druid is good, I get Devoted Druid. If it's not good, then... yeah, like for example in this scenario, it's probably not going to be very good. Right, so we're against burn. Swiss Spear, okay. Lava Spike, or Lightning Bolt Devoted Grid. Okay, all that works. Oh, birds? Jeez. Play this out. I think I kind of have to just play out my Viscerous here. It's not like totally awful here. If I can draw, I need to draw like quite a bit actually. If I draw like literal Vizier, it's okay, I guess. Okay, so my opponent attacks. I have to just take the damage here. Court of Calling. That's bad for a lot of reasons. Like A, because we have one, and B, it tells our opponent what we have. So they're gonna play around the card we already have. I don't know if mulligan to 5 would have been good. It's a tough one. Opponent should definitely fire burn spells at our face. The good news is we can get a Kitchen Finks if our opponent doesn't kill a creature. The other good news is like if our opponent kills a creature, we can just get scry the port away, which isn't very good right now. Okay, so we get Boros Charms. I think that's reasonable. Right. Well, it's not reasonable. There's not much I can do. Okay, so for sure we're getting a basic forest. And then for sure we're courting now for a Kitchen Finks. Oh, wait. That was not good. Right. Where's Kitchen Finks? Right, okay. Now we can pass. We're probably super dead. We're like at 6 life. And our opponent has drawn a land. If they didn't have a land, there might have been a chance, but yeah, we get Lava Spiked here. It's just awful. It's like now, if they have all 1 mana burn spells, we die. Okay. I mean, I'm still blocking here. Yeah. Yeah, our opponent lets this happen because we go to 1 and we're dead. There's not much I can do though. Okay. We don't know if they have Grim Lavamancer, but I'm not here to double check that. Actually, we should have boarded in Pontiff against our other burn opponent because they had Grim Lavamancer. Voices are fine. Sync Collector's fine. We want to avoid the combo. Except for One Piece, I guess. Recruiter's bad, apart from One Piece. We can cut Devoted Druid. Seer combo is super strong. Cut all those voices. We can cut 2 witnesses, and the Renaissance is bad. Ballista is also not super good. I could keep the Devoted Druid in. Yeah, we have like collected companies and chords. I'll get rid of the Ballista and keep in the Devoted Druid. Wait, that means if we have infinite mana, we don't win. So I gotta have to keep this Ballista. I guess we win because we just get Kitchen Finks and like we don't need to like go infinite. We can just get a bunch of Kitchen Finks going on with the Cirrus here and like have some fun that way. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, sure. We only have 1 witness, but that's something. We'll play first. This hand isn't great, but it has Double Company, which is good against Eidolon. It has Scholar. Scholar's okay too. We also take very little damage from our lands, since we can start with Godless Shrine Plains. It would be really frustrating to start 2-0 and then like 0 free, but I didn't play this deck correctly, I'm pretty sure. I maintain that against Bring to Light Scapeshift it was correct to not have Vizier, but maybe I'm wrong. I think it was correct though, because those decks have like a lot of wrath effects and stuff, and you usually don't get there. But I guess their deck is so much slower, and they can't afford to run Electrolyze. The problem is you also have to keep in Walking Ballista. That's the other problem with that is Ronas is often not good enough because of Cryptic. So yeah, okay. We want Godless Shrine because then we can play our Tide Hollow damageless. Okay, Swiftspear, that's not fine, but not much I can do. Recruiter, one of the worst cards, sadly, which we keep for like the combo potential. Like, you do want Recruiter if you get infinite mana, because then you can get all these kitchen things and stuff. Oh my god. I'd rather not get Searing Blooded this turn. Yeah, I'd rather not get Searing Blooded right now. We can maybe play around that card later, but yeah. Right now it's like too efficient. Like, if my opponent uses a Bolt, then that means that all their cards cost 2 mana, and that's actually really nice. So it forces my opponent to play a Blood Bolt this Tide Hollow. Well, they should definitely untap and draw their card. Sadly, like for this Dustwatch, I may not be able to cast it, but it's not very good anyways, so I'm not super unhappy about that. I think the only creature I will probably cast here, if I was to draw it, is Kitchen Finks. Let's see, what else would I draw? Would I play this next turn? If I drew it. Scavenging News I wouldn't play right away. I would definitely play Mine Forge Tender, but like that doesn't require me to play an untapped land. Voice, I would probably play Voice of Resurgence too. But I'm not even sure about all this, because like it deals damage for no reason. Okay, what the hell is gone? Yeah, like Lightning Bolting the Tide Hollow is totally fine for me. Like it means the Searing Blaze is a little slower. Right, that's fine. Right, so they have Searing Blood. I wish like it would put the card here, but yeah. Whatever. They have like a pretty heavy burn hand. Yeah, so Lightning Bolts. That's fair. Like this is the most efficient turn to bolt. We're not blocking, so this Dustwatch Recruiter... Actually, I can flip it into a free. That's really good. Ugh. Flipping it into a free is actually pretty relevant. Especially with company. We need to put some pressure. How would it work? Just take a damage from this? Yeah, I guess. This is a lot of damage my opponent's giving up. Like, forcing me to take. Path to Exile would have actually been an incredibly good draw here. Alright, so my opponent, like, Boros charms me, or... Oh, they could Searing Blood this. That was bad. That was super bad. I forgot about this. Like, this is why I don't like the... Okay, my opponent can Searing Blood this Dustwatch Recruiter. So, I should remove the choice, because they can do it anyways. Like, wait. I'm giving them a choice this way. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Like... I screwed up with the Recruiter because I forgot about Searing Blood, because it's not in these cards. But I'm okay if they Boros Charm here. Yeah, I don't want my opponent to Searing Blood right away. Right, that's fine. Heath is okay, because then I don't take damage forever. So let's just Heath, and we're gonna Company right away. Because we could hit Sin Collector or a number of cards that we could. Or double Kitchen Finks. I'm totally down for double Finks. That's much better. There we go. There we go. That's better. Yeah, like, it does mean like their Dustwatch dies for nothing. Oh, come on. Really? Rest in peace? I still will block because, yeah, that creature's relevant. So, yeah, I'm totally okay with that. I guess Searing Blood becomes active. Do I want to take the Searing Blood or just play this Company? I just want to play the Company. Less information for opponent. Yeah. Okay. I guess they have the Skullcrack. But we only have 2 Finks left in the deck, so it's less relevant. I want to do this in case they have a creature. Voice is very interesting. Let's see here. I'm just going to take the 2 creatures with the highest power, I think. I mean, Viscera Seer isn't that bad. I guess it allows me to scry and draw gas. Yeah, I'm going to Viscera Seer, because I can also sack the Scholar in response to its ability. Yeah, Voice is just 2 power. But it's also 2 power, like, where they have to kill it. Right, so we can sack the Finks, too, and, like, not take some damage. Yeah. Right, so that was... Horizon Canopy, well, I mean, it's fine, but I don't want to I would rather draw a random card, since it will become a random card. Okay, so now they can't do anything. This has been really weird. Okay, so... I'm gonna stack this Canopy first, that's just free. Forge Tender, that's pretty good. I'm gonna Tide Hollow Scholar them, and then in response to the ability, we're going to sack it. That way we gain life overall. Right, okay. Well, this does infinite mana. But is that even good right now? Because, like, we can't, like, combo off because we don't have Ballista, so... And we don't have Rona, so this is actually not good. Just decline the infinite mana option, it's fine. Right, okay, so they have Eidolon of the Great Revel. I don't really care about Eidolon. I guess Lightning Helix would be the best one here. Yeah, Lightning Helix. Then we attack. And I'll play the Vizier because it's got more power. Yeah. The Rest in Peace is kind of awkward when we have Voice and Scavenging Ooze and Kitchen Finks, but it does cost them a card. Like in that situation, it was very good, but I'm not convinced overall. Maybe it's okay. If they're playing Rest in Peace, they probably don't have Grim Lavamancer, but I'm gonna need the paths on the draw anyways. So, right. So, okay, Eidolon, sure. Right. So we have Path to Exile. Having the Eidolon is damage to us, but it's... I can just attack. I'd rather Path the next creature. This is fine. Yeah, our opponent correctly recognizes that this is a block they should do. I'd rather Path like a Swiss Spear, since Swiss Spear would be a problem, potentially. Or like a Lavamancer or whatever. Okay, so they still have Boros Charm and 2 unknowns. 1 unknown. Township is totally gas. I'm just gonna do this now. I mean, why not? It's not as if this isn't good. Yeah. Now I have to think though. Am I gonna sack this Forge Tender to prevent a Boros Charm? I think not. I think I'm just gonna take the Boros Charm in the chin. Yeah. Puts my opponent to like a lower life total, and they still have to. I guess if they have literal Skullcrack plus Boros Charm, they win. But that'd be unlikely. That's why like I was like, okay. Like any null Skullcrack card doesn't get through this, so and this is lethal right now. And Viscera Seer like counters Searing Blood too. I didn't want to path the Eidolon as well because like I figured I didn't want to take 2 damage randomly. I know it like prevented some damage. Lightning Helix. I'd rather sacrifice it so that my opponent doesn't gain a life. Turns out this Viscera Seer was actually insane. Viscera Seer was like totally nuts. Like way better than I've had it for a long time. Okay. Yeah, I think this is all fine. Like Pride Mage I guess Pride Mage is maybe a bit better now that it gets Rest in Peace and Eidolon. It's better than Recruiter when you're not comboing off for sure. I really want these paths. I guess I could cut one of them. No, the mana creatures are like forcing my opponent to do certain plays. They're much worse on the draw though, because they have Searing Blaze and Bloods. Like Devoted Druid at least doesn't get Searing Blooded. I could cut a land. Cutting a land isn't like that unreal. Our curve has gone a lot lower. Well, we lost. Well, I guess yeah. We lost free drops and the most like mana intensive cards, so we could cut a land here. And they have Goblin Guide, so yeah. What do I want to cut? What would be bad to draw? I guess the Horizon Canopy is like one of the worst ones. It's fine in like late top decks, but I don't want it from mana, so I think if I was gonna cut a land, that's the one. Okay. I think this hand's a keep, but a very awkward one. The Township is super awkward. I'm not sure what of these I would have cut for another land, so yeah. Lava Spike, okay. Since our opponent went turn... Oh, come on, really? Yeah, we're not gonna, like, give our opponent free, like, Lava Spikes. If they go... They don't have Eidolon? Okay, that's okay. They could Searing Blood or Devoted Druid, but that's totally fine. I definitely need to fetch. The question is what? Because we need a black source for that Sin Collector down the line. But a swamp doesn't allow me to cast Kitchen Finks. I could play Township and make that decision later. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's do that. Let's play Township later. We can make that decision later. Devoted, yeah. I think this hand's a keep. I'm mulligan pretty aggressively. Overall, I think. It's just, like, yeah. Like, these decks can't mulligan that hard. You need, like, you have mana creatures. Okay, so this is fine, because they kill our Devoted Druid, but we don't take damage because we can sack it. That's why I was fine with this, is, like, it doesn't get Searing Blazed, which is what I was worried about. Like, if I, like, I'm okay with them, like, going 2 mana, kill your Devoted Druid. That's, like, totally fine. Okay, now they could have Skullcrack. Horizon Canopy. I could start with Sin Collector, and then go with Kitchen Finks. I think starting with Sin Collector here is probably the right line, since our opponent probably has a ton of spells. So we're gonna get a Swamp, which is bad for Finks and Path down the line, but I think that's okay. I'm definitely not gonna like take damage randomly, so let's collect the sins. Our opponent's been very sinful. Right. Like they could have a Skullcrack here, and I don't want to like run my Finks into a Skullcrack. Well, they definitely have a Skullcrack, I'll say that much. The problem is they have 2. So, that makes it much worse for us. I really don't care about the path. The path is totally fine. The Lightning Helix is maybe the play. Like, they still have to cast these Skullcracks at some point. And I don't like them gaining life, so I'll take the Lightning Helix away. I think the free life gain is more important. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Like, we're just giving our opponent the... Like, they're probably going to Skullcrack us end of turn. And they still have to, like, do this to win at some point. Well, I guess. Well, we have this, worst case scenario. But at least we can Skullcrack this... sorry, we can Finks this turn. Sadly, we need to play this Horizon Canopy and take some damage. I think it's worth it to make sure we gain 1 life, though. Yeah, okay. Now we have Pride Mage for this Rest in Peace too, which is kind of nice. Yeah, definitely take. Like, we're gonna have to take it at some point anyways. Okay, so our opponent has Path and Skullcrack. Ooh, Viscera's here is interesting. I'm just gonna attack here first. I could have played the Township first, I guess, to friend an activation, but... Yeah, I should have done that, because I'm definitely playing the land, so... I'm gonna skip this. Right, I should have played the Township. I'm never activating it, but I should still make my opponent think about things a little bit. My opponent paths here, it's actually pretty okay. I mean, by the way, we technically have the combo of Seer and Vizier. Okay, that's fine. Yes, we'll get a... We have like lots of green, lots of whites needed to be cast. I guess I'll get a Plains because of the weird setup we have. It makes our chords much worse. I should have probably boarded out a chord, actually. I forgot to board out a chord. Maybe the green is okay. Oh dear god, this is even worse. Anybody that does a Super Mario World 2 remix is just awful, because like especially with the baby screens. Anyways, we're like super ahead. I'm just trying to think how we don't lose, basically. Because this turn, I'm probably gonna play Vizier of Remedies to not expose my Pride Mage and Viscera Seer. So we want a... I guess we want a Forest, since I'm going... Yeah. Right. Because there's a few triple green cards in our deck, and we haven't drawn the basic Plains yet. Right, so this plus Township. Play Township. Seer. Right. I might sack the Horizon Canopy, actually. Yeah, I'll sack it at end of turn. But I have a Path if I need to. I don't know what I would Path like that hard, but yeah. So Path is gone. Eidolon of the Great Revel. Okay. That's fine. I don't mind. Right, so... Sack this Horizon Canopy. Okay. Now we only have one white source, though. That's fine, we can get another one. I want to Township this turn anyways. I don't even think I need to attack. I'll just, like, pass the turn, and my opponent's kind of in dire straits, regardless. I don't want to trade with that Eidolon. I want to let that in. I want to leave that Eidolon in play, so my opponent, like, wallows in their own filthy effect. If you're gonna keep Eidolon the Great Revel against a deck like this, then you're gonna wallow in your garbage. Right. Monastery Sister is fine because it blows the Skullcrack too. Well, I'm definitely taking this Eidolon. I don't really care. So I guess this Sin Collector will go here. So my opponent, yeah, right. The Eidolon's gonna stay because my opponent takes damage for this, and we're winning the race. Well, I'm definitely gonna Township. Now you're kind of forced to Skullcrack, which is really not the time you want to. Right, so you Skullcrack, you take 2, I take 3, that's fine. And we're gonna trade. Right, so these bump. I'll just get a Goblet Shrine, I guess, here as well. Wait. We definitely want white. How many? We have a lot of single black cards, but I guess Temple Garden is probably better here. Yes. Nope. Right, so our opponent goes to... We're at 8. But we can activate this Township and put our opponent into, like, a really bad position, so... Right. Attack. This puts our opponent in a horrifying position. It's pretty telling that I decided not to kill this Eidolon. Like, yeah. They're at 5 though, so that's 1 more than where I would want them to be. Okay, we have Kitchen Finks too. Kitchen Finks is kind of nice here, since... what do you think? I could play Kitchen Ring first, and then I have information on what's going on. Because if they have Boros Charm... Let me even, because... Pride Mage would allow me to kill the Eidolon and threaten lethal. Yeah, that seems way better. But then, like... Yeah, Pride Mage is probably the best line here. If my opponent has Searing Blaze, though, I lose on that, right? Because my opponent could go Searing Blaze, the whichever creature. It doesn't matter, because I can't Township anymore. I think I'm okay with just passing and Townshipping and one-shotting my opponent. Like, I don't need to cast a spell. They would have to have literal double Boros Charm, I guess, here. Which is possible. If they have drawn Boros Charm and play Boros Charm, then I could lose here. Which would be savage. I could also attack and path, but yeah, as I said... Oh, no, but then... No, that's the best line. Because if I attack and path, my opponent has to do something, and then I have Finks and I win, so it's fine. Yeah, that's the actual best line. Since I take 2, but I can Kitchen Finks, yeah. My opponent has 1 card, so... And it's not Skullcrack. Right. Yeah, they only have 1 card. I'm just thinking, like, how could I possibly lose this game? Like, I'm, like, basically blocked to win, barring Insanity. So, like, so far, this is lethal. Like, yeah, and I can activate Township this way. There's just no card in their deck that saves them. I guess they could path, that saves them, technically, but then we play Finks, and, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine, don't worry. Like, I was saying, like, combinations of 2 cards because my opponent was top decking, and I was like, 100% to win, I'm pretty sure, but I just wanted to make sure. Like, moving 95 to not 100. Sorry about the blurry part. Like, yeah, like, it should have been better than this in terms of that. Like, I can actually, you know what? We have some time. We'll open the, let me test what the stream would look like at a higher res. 1 sec, let me... Okay, I will try tomorrow to move the stream to 1900, like a full 1080p. I can't do this while the stream is alive, but I'll try tomorrow. For the new year, we'll go for 1080p. But yeah, I think Twitch is blurry. Like, the internet on the 31st is garbage, because everybody's like streaming nonsense music. So that's what happens. Is like, everybody has these parties and they stream nonsense music. Says the guy who's playing nonsense music, but that's fine. Yeah, I think it's Twitch today. It's most likely. Because, like, I didn't change a single setting. So it's really weird that, like, my stream would be uniquely affected. By the way, I really appreciate everybody is, like, tuned in on New Year's Eve. I guess it's, like, most of the people will be North American since, like, Europeans would be at parties at this time. So, yeah, I still appreciate it, though. Like, you know, it's still pretty cool. Thanks a lot for that. We'll open our treasure chest. Yesterday we got a Chandra from our 1 chest. That was really good. Yeah, I'll take this. This is fine. This isn't that great, but at least it's 15 play points. Yeah. Right. How do I have 259 play points? Like, how did this amount happen? Yeah. British, yeah. Oh yeah. I assume everybody that's watching has given me a follow already, so yeah, that stuff is cool. Like, I recognize a lot of the people, like a lot of you, like, seem to be now my regulars. For better or worse as to what that term means. Yeah. No, I'm going to a party later. For sure. Like, it's just 4 PM here. Like, parties are later. Come on. But yeah, no, it's fine. As for this deck, I think it's totally fine. I played it badly, but I don't know if it's super well positioned in the meta right now, but I don't think this deck can be hated that much. Yeah. So, like, I don't know how much you could change this deck. Like, if you wanted a more combo-focused version, like, Elves was probably a little better. But this is much better at the random value game stuff. The Mindbender... I like the Mindbender. The Mindbender was fine. I think the Mindbender was totally fine. I actually liked it, so I'd probably keep that in a board. Even though it doesn't synergize with, like, Court and Calling. I think it's, like, super good. What did I felt like I felt like I missed some cards. What did I feel like I missed? Hand Disruption's one thing. Combo. We didn't face combo. I felt like an Aven Mind Sensor would have actually done wonders. like even Mind Sensor would have really, I think, changed things. Yeah, Mind Sensor is like probably, yeah, I think Mind Sensor. Pulse is like you need to draw the Pulse, you can't tutor it. I don't like it that much. You still have Pride Mage and War Wage. The voices are fine. I think everything else is fine. I guess there's no Selfless Spirit too. I would probably add a Selfless Spirit. I'll probably add it to the main, because like we didn't face like a Wrath effect, but yeah. Selfless Spirit could take the place of something. I guess a Tide Hollow. You don't need like the full 4, I think. Big Game Hunter. I don't like it like from this deck, because I think like you can beat the Shadow decks with like you only need like one path is already super powerful against them, and you can beat them with a combination of Finks and Voices and E-Witnesses. I think like Big Game Hunter is like easy mode, but like you can beat them for sure by grinding them out with whatever stuff. Like, because they can't really deal with Township. The games go long. And yeah, any path you top that could be like super powerful. Voices are super good against them. Like you're just boarding in a bunch of like random like cards that like just gain value and stuff. I know they're doing the same, but you have Collected Company, and yeah, I think it's fine. Like you get out of the combo. So like against like those decks where you want Big Game Hunter, I guess you get out of the combo and you want this is bad. This is fine, I guess. This protects you from a Wrath sometimes. Right, and then you would board out the Viziers, the Druid, and you'd board out like this stuff and maybe a Ballista. Actually, Ballista can kill them because they go to low life total, so the reach is actually relevant. Yeah. Corsair Crewfix? I think if you play Corsair, you have to play the other version of this deck with Random Map Excavator. I don't like one Corsair. I think if you want another value card, Corsair's not the one you want. You want Tireless Tracker. I think this is the value card you want. I could see a Tracker actually, but over what? I don't think the Ronas is really that necessary. I guess it's fine. Like it's tutor roll, that's important. Tireless Tracker, yeah, more toolboxes is always great. What would I cut? I don't want to cut another Scholar. That's where this gets harder now. I guess like you would cut the Ronas, but then like maybe we don't need Tireless Tracker. I don't think you need it, but I like it. Yeah, the other version of this deck plays like Corsair Crewfix, Ramu Nap Excavator, Tireless Tracker, Knight of the Reliquary, and this goes for like a land strategy. Loaming Shaman, yeah, Loaming Shaman's also pretty nice. Like you just nuke a graveyard. Loaming Shaman might be okay. What would you cut? Yeah, they play Azusa too, that's correct. I guess if you played Loaming Shaman, then I don't like Forge Tender that much. Yeah, I'd probably do this. I would cut Forge Tender if you have Selfless Spirit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would run like this, I think. I'll post it on Twitter, but yeah. I think that, I don't know how much customization the deck has. It has a bunch of toolbox tools and everything, but like how much you can actually customize it from there is actually pretty hard. So yeah, I want to thank everybody that like has been watching though. That was awesome. Yeah, so the other deck plays Excavator, Azusa, Ghost Quarter, Ramu Nap Excavator. So they just go like, they just get Azusa, Excavator, and yeah, and then they just Ghost Quarter you. Like, they just go triple Ghost Quarter you. And then you're like, well, I'm dead. Cool. That was great. Like, if you're against Tron, it's like, that version of Company is really powerful, too. But you rely on Ghost Quarter. Yeah, this seems okay. Right, I'm gonna leave it to this. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the new year. Tomorrow we have another deck which I will misplay horribly in Affinity. The plan is to start the stream at 3 p.m. Eastern. I will see how I feel. It might be later than that. I suspect I'll be fine, but yeah. Yeah, the next days are Affinity, Jeskai Tempo, Green Black Tron, Community's Choice, whatever people feel is right. And then after that, there's actually a break. So from the 5th to the 8th of January, I won't be streaming. But yeah. Okay, so those are like the next 4 days. Special guest John Stern. John has not contacted me to be a guest. Oh wait, for Affinity, actually a guest would be good. But it's New Year's Day. Like it's gonna be, might be hard to get a guest. So yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, take care.